Wubba-lubba-dub-dub! What's up, bitches? Pickle Rick! Ha ha ha! No, it's actually Zetro and Walter down in the vault. Or are we Rick and Morty? Today we're Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
And today's show is about Rick and Morty. And it's on Cartoon Network. It's Adult Swim. It's one of my favorite shows. Actually,
There's 4 seasons right now.
they just started their 4th season. That's why we are doing this episode. So take a look at this preview for the 4th season.
It's been way too long.
Rick, we did it! We got it!
Hurry up, Morty, get in!
Chachi!
Fuck Chachi, Morty.
The smartest Rick and Mortiest Morty in the universe are back.
I'm not rated to climb something this sheer.
Look, you're the guy that wanted an epic adventure. I'm the guy with only one hover chair.
And things are pretty much the same.
And that's the end of the Morty Gets a Dragon experiment.
Are you gonna slay it?
First off, I always slay it, Queen. Secondly, yes.
All fucked up.
We got an Akira type situation going down behind the mall.
Let that salve sit for 10 minutes or you'll die. Don't let it sit for 12 or I'll have to hunt down what you become. Lab coat, rip off Doctor Strange. You know what, you're right. I could get used to this magic stuff.
I'm dying, Rick.
People who are really dying don't keep bringing it up.
Is that true?
I don't know. I'm just usually around people that die faster.
That's not how apps work.
Spinal cord, activate morphine. You know what? This one counts as one of your adventures.
Rick and Morty. 5 all-new episodes start Sunday, November 10th at 11:30. Half the season you deserved. All the season we could handle.
Damn it, Morty, what did I tell you?
Okay, that don't even show what this show is about. This show is one of the most ruthless shows on television. I've been watching it since it came out. I'm a huge fan, as you can see. I got my Pickle Rick, bitches! I got my Pickle Rick shit on.
Adult animated science fiction sitcom.
It's way science fiction. The family is ruthless to each other. Rick is an alcoholic.
It's a Smith family, right?
Yeah, they're the Smiths. They're the Smiths. But he's Rick Sanchez. He's the wife's, he's Beth's father. And he's been gone for years. And then all of a sudden he shows up and he moves into the house and he becomes great friends with his grandson, Morty. And Rick is the smartest person, being, whatever, in the entire galaxy universe. Nobody's smarter than
Like
Rick.
a mad scientist.
Actually, I was told, this is what I was told, because when we did the tour last year in 2018 with Municipal Waste for Cartoon Network show Mr. Pickles, there were some people from Cartoon Network that were there, and they said that it was actually originally called Doc and Marty, like from Back to the Future, but Universal Studios
I read
had
that.
a problem with that, so they had to change it to Rick and Morty, and that's basically Rick is Doc, kind of. So he's an alcoholic. He's a completely, drunk all the time. He's always burping, and he's got always spittle and beer swill hanging off his chin. And they take him off into these awesome adventures into different galaxies. And I mean, sometimes they'll go into the human body, you know, and they'll he can do anything. He's got this gun where he can, but the plasma gun where he can shoot himself and just step into wherever he wants. But the dialogue and the banter, to me, is the best part of the show. I mean, it is just way off the chain when it comes to ruthlessness. It's a really ruthless show.
So it was, first episode was December 2nd, 2013 on the Cartoon Network, and the creator is Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon. But like you were saying, Justin Roiland made a short, kind of like a Back to the Future-esque short, and that's what got him the fame to go into his next endeavor, which was this. So that's why it's a tie-in to the
Well,
Back
there's
to the
many
Future.
shows on Cartoon Network that I do like. I mean, I like Boondocks. I like Metalocalypse. I like Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Man, you got all the time in the world to watch cartoons, huh?
I love people know I love cartoons. I love Squidbillies. I love all of the shows. Black Jesus. I love all of the shows on Cartoon
Swim
Network, on Adult Swim. I love them all. I've been watching it since they've been doing it. I think they're the greatest. They're Venture Brothers. Been on for years. Shows from years ago that they put on are that are really adult oriented and hella funny. And I've been a big fan. But out of all of them, this one is my favorite by far. It's probably my favorite show on television. Now I don't watch many TV shows. I like a few mini series because they'll start and stop, but I'm not glued to, The Walking Dead or anything like that. I don't have a show.
I think you gave up on that.
I did. I don't have a show where there's a show like, oh shit, the new seasons. I didn't get into Game of Thrones. Sorry. And I binge watched Breaking Bad on tour, the whole series in 5 days.
Wow.
I know. Well, I wasn't doing anything but running on stage, running back to the back of the bus, watching episode after episode. It was
Eric
amazing.
does that a lot on tour,
and
too.
so I'm just saying, I binge watched it. That's how I saw Breaking Bad. I wasn't watching it. So I don't watch a lot of I think the last one I watched was The Strain that was on FX.
That was good, too.
It was very good. So I don't watch many, but I do watch this one.
Well, this one got 9.3.
I'll tell you what,
out of 10, and
worth every minute of it.
Rick Sanchez suddenly arrives after missing for nearly 20 years.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
He arrives with his daughter's doorstep, Beth. Right. So.
And her husband Jerry, and he's he's a tool. Jerry is a total tool, I guess, is the only way to describe him. And he's always trying to one up Rick, but he just doesn't have the mentality. And there's so many instances where Rick just totally puts him in his place, and the arguments and the family fights that go on between Summer, the sister, and Morty, and the mother and the father.
And the mother's like the sanest one, right?
Well, if
in that family.
Yeah, I guess you could say that she's probably
the
out
voice
of the
reason.
She's the most of the voice of reason, but even she's got her times too. And then Morty, he's in love with Jessica, and he's constantly will never get to give that up. And the adventures that he does with Rick, I mean, there's just so many cool things that you talk about. What can your imagination do? This show is all about imagination, Walt.
And they go across the universe.
Well, a universe, like I said, one episode they went into somebody's body, they microsemed themselves into it, and it was like a total a circus inside somebody's body. I mean, they just do really off-the-wall shit.
And the animation is not like, it doesn't look professional. It's kind of like...
Well, to me, I like it. I've liked the way they do it. I like the way it approach it. It's very much old school, Hanna-Barbera-ish to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Very crude, if you would say, but not Simpsons or not. I mean, not South Park crude. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just, which is again my favorite show in the world is South Park. So forever, always has been, and so this one is just along with it. So if you haven't seen this show, it's Adult Swim Sunday nights, but they probably run an episode almost every night because it's their most popular
and you
cartoon.
told me you have to start with the first episode
go
through.
You can't go in the middle. I mean, you can, but if you start with the first episode, it'll make much more sense to you. And by season 2, you'll just love the shit out of it. And the way Rick carries himself, because he
And do you find yourself like laughing?
Oh, totally out loud. I like...
That's how you know it's good, right? When you're laughing.
I do that with South Park all the time. So you guys, leave me comments. Let me know what you think. Do you watch Rick and Morty as well? And what Cartoon Network stuff do you watch on Adult Swim? And then share this, obviously, and subscribe to my channel. Just keep subscribing. You guys are doing really well with that.
And I had to let Daddy drive the Cadillac today.
Only because you're not a big Rick and Morty fan, bro.
Well, I'm going to. I'm going to do the whole thing.
To me, it's bona fide because I watch it. I've watched every episode probably 20 times each because they repeat it every night.
God, you got a lot of time.
And there hasn't been. You're damn right I do. When you play in a rock and roll band, sometimes you get time on your hands like that. Bullshit. I do a ton of things. I'm always busy. Aren't I? You guys watch my show. How do you think those things get done, huh?
Hey,
Right?
This is 10 minutes here.
Yeah, the preparation.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Drive
Anyway,
the Cadillac.
We'll see you guys soon on the next one.